please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's Log, Subdates 230112.4. Our totally clandestine meeting is now underway, and I really wish he hadn't brought his entire TIE fighter fleet, as we kind of stand out for all the right reasons. I may, though, just blow most of them up for the shiggles and the bants. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we shall be discussing the WWE and not the usual Thursday exhibition of stupid people. The reason why is because when I took a screenshot while at the gym of all the trending tabs and tags, I got a few. I got quite a few in fact. And for this we have to go back a couple days. You see, Vince McMahon returned to the WWE as a board member. So the former WWE Chief Executive, Vince McMahon, came back after a 6-month hiatus following a hush money and sexual harassment scandal. Because that's what you do. You bury your head in the sand and you go, la 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 la, it didn't happen, nothing to do with me, I'm going to go retire now, but don't worry, here comes the money. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm going to come back because you can't keep me down. That is quintessential Vince McMahon. Every time Paul Heyman has gotten in the ring and flayed him, and Vince has said backstage, draw me money, Paul Heyman has done it by saying everything that is 100% factually correct about Vince McMahon. And while he may have in most instances been booed for it, history tells us he was correct and should have been rightly cheered for it. So on Friday, the WWE confirmed Vince's return, also announcing in a press release that it intends to undertake a review of its strategic alternatives, with the goal being to maximize the value of all WWE shareholders, suggesting that the company at that point will be exploring a sale. Because of that, shares closed 17% higher after the announcement. I wonder why. Vince had said in a release, WWE has an exceptional management team in place, and I do not intend for my return to have any impact on their roles, duties, or responsibilities. We'll get to that later. Foreshadowing, everyone. McMahon retired as the CEO but remains the company's majority shareholder. Now, following his departure, the WWE disclosed multiple expenses that Vince had not reported, totaling almost $20 million. That forced the company to revise its financial statements for 2019, 2020, and 2021. If people didn't know this already, while he is married to Linda McMahon, they haven't lived together for a long time. With Linda McMahon pursuing a political career, twice failed to be elected senator, but working, I believe, with Trump. And Vince pursuing much younger interests, so sluts. Nothing new there. It's like saying Prince Philip is racist and people thinking it's something surprising. It's really not. Now, it is worth pointing out many of the payments are related to the company's investigation of his alleged sexual misconduct with former employees. Vince, though, reportedly made undisclosed payments of $5 million to President Donald Trump's charity and the Donald Trump Foundation in 2007 and 2009. The Journal in July 2022 reported Vince paid more than $12 million to 4 women, including one from the prior report, to cover up the allegations of sexual misconduct and infidelity. If Linda took him to court now, she'd get most of it. In addition to this return, Vince shook up the company board and replaced 3 people, because that's what Vince does. He likes to micromanage literally everything. However, Stephanie retains her same role, which is the co-CEO and board chair. We'll get to that later as well, because again, foreshadowing. In 2021, the WWE struck a deal with NBC's Peacock to stream wrestling events on the platform for a deal worth, well, more than $1 billion. Which is quite an impressive amount, don't you think? My view on this when it all unfolded was, Vince needed to walk away completely. Problem is, Vince has been balls deep in this industry from the start. While his father made promises to territories, Vince tore that up in his own pursuit of stardom and vast amounts of wealth off the back of other people, again a point Paul Heyman has made multiple times. My view on it though, because of how he was managing the company and his obsession with muscles, it would have been better to have more creative minds, and multiple ones at that, in charge of the direction of the product and the brand. I took great issue with how other superstars were using Twitch and how he was taking them away from that, considering they make bugger all really from their basic contracts of $300k a year, not including tax, traveling expenses. Seriously, they're not actually paid that well. And their cut of merch, unless you're John Cena, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, you're not getting that much unless you're shifting millions of units a year. My view on it is Vince really does like to be an absolute control freak, but he does love a pound note or a dollar bill. He always has. And this is where the rumor of a sale goes next, because there's more truth to it than many of us believed. I didn't think it would be that. Then again, I also thought if he was dumb enough to sell it, there's only one place he'd be dumb enough to sell it to. And in turn, I think many more would just go to AEW. Some might bleed to TNA, you never know. The suspicion was he was going to sell it to Saudi princes, taking it off the public domain, making it private again, because that totally won't set the women's revolution back 10 years. Maybe 10 centuries. Well, more foreshadowing, everyone. Earlier I showed you 3 images. They were taken as screen grabs on my phone while I was at the gym. WWE Sold was one trending tag. LGBTQ trending in the combat sports tag. Saudi Arabia, Vince, Goldberg. These are quite impressive tags. Now I managed to save 2 of them, Vince and WWE Sold. The WWE Sold one brought up many different times Paul Heyman railed Vince McMahon on the microphone in what we now know to be improvised bits, where he genuinely aired his grievances at Vince, and Vince took it because he knew it would draw me money. Under the WWE Sold tag, I'll go through a few of the tweets before we go to the Vince one. These are quite interesting. No jokes, no mocking, no rubbing salt into the wounds, just sadness. Here lies WWE 1953 to 2023. My boyfriend's comment upon hearing the WWE news, well, I guess we're all elite now. This whole WWE sold to Saudi better be a lie. WWE sold to Saudis? Big mistake. Nuff said. Report. WWE sold to Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. Where I said earlier there might be some truth to this, recently Cristiano Ronaldo, somebody who's in the twilight of his playing career, signed for a Saudi Arabian team for £173 million a year. Not even a joke. Many exceptions were made as well. For example, he and his partner are not married, yet they are allowed to live together. The final tweet I want to read from this: the same people who are against Saudi Arabian rule, i.e. against women, etc., are still planning on tuning into watching their newest project, WWE. Hashtag WWE Soul. In the Vince tag, wrestling fans always knew that Vince McMahon was full of shit. All the be a star and WWE forever and we're a family was Vinnie Mac working everyone over. He took his ball and went to Saudi Arabia. Good thing WWE isn't the only company around. Don't F it up, AEW. Hashtag RIP WWE. There's a point there as well of interest, and that is somewhat contradictory to what the WWE actually is, the message of family and togetherness. Yet their superstars aren't really superstars. They're all self-employed contractors who are treated like crap. The women especially in this current day and age. How many times have you forced Rousey down our throats when she's so reckless in the ring? She's Nia Jax 2.0, just less fat. Also, you had to bring back The Undertaker and Goldberg for shows in Saudi Arabia. Pulled Shawn Michaels out of retirement. Why? Because the money was good. Again, a dollar bill really does get his, well, he doesn't need Viagra. Continuing, why is hashtag RIP WWE the first thing I see when I get back here? And why TF am I seeing Vince selling it to Saudi? Honestly, my stock's going up and this would have been the money I would have hit in my parlay. So keep going, Vince McMahon, because I'm going to cash out soon. Is that what that means? I don't know what that... Finna? What's that? The WWE died in 2023 and Vince McMahon killed it. Fans already had problems watching the shows in Saudi Arabia. Some of the wrestlers have refused to return. All this chaos so he can remain in charge until the end. This is literally a mafia movie plot. Bro legit burst out the Owen voice for the Saudi video and was saying F Vince for selling them, but was quiet when all the allegations came out. Being a retweet of Wrestle Cringe, who had tweeted what a roller coaster with 3 images from Plana Productions. Is that what that is? Okay. Essentially sucking off Vince McMahon, I guess. But not. But is. But not. I can't tell, okay? It's so difficult in this day and age to know what mockery is anymore. The final tweet from the Vince tag I think we should look at is, for all his talk of being an American patriot, Vince McMahon will go down as a Benedict Arnold. I wonder how many of you will think that's true. I'm hoping most, because there is some truth to that. The only time Vince ever showed any mild interest in patriotism was his tribute to the troop shows. We don't see those much anymore. Shame really, because I think they were a fantastic way of engaging in that aspect of America. If you can do another one, put Roman on it and have him lose clean to someone for a change, that would be fantastic. His multi-year reign, with many, many dirty finishes that a lot of people don't seem to highlight, are starting to do my bloody head in. Also, why is he still carrying 2 belts about? Why can't you just make one belt like you did with the Undisputed? How lazy are you? On the 11th of January 2023, I tweeted out, "So Stephanie McMahon has resigned and the WWE is going to Saudi, Vince is also back. Nice job setting gender equality back a few centuries." This is because via Ric Flair's Instagram, I saw a post of interest. Post from Stephanie McMahon's Instagram confirming her resignation, and that intrigued me. That intrigued me because I couldn't imagine she would want to leave, considering she was in one of the best possible places to stop the company from going down too much. And also filling in the shoes of her father, I thought perhaps she'd be a fantastic replacement for him. On her Instagram, she shared an image. "Dear WWE Universe, cringe. About 8 months ago, I took a leave of absence and within a few weeks, unexpectedly, had the opportunity of a lifetime. I had the privilege to return as the co-CEO and chairwoman of the board of WWE. I cannot put into words how proud I am to have led what I consider to be the greatest company in the world, working alongside a remarkable leadership team and one of the strongest executives I've known in my co-CEO, Nick Khan. Our founder Vince McMahon has returned as executive chair and is leading an exciting process regarding strategic alternatives. And with Nick's leadership and Paul Levesque as chief content officer, I am confident WWE is in the perfect place to continue to provide unparalleled creative content and drive maximum value for shareholders." All men. Interesting. WWE is in such a strong position that I've decided to return to my leave and take it one step further with my official resignation. I look forward to cheering on WWE from the other side of the business, where I started when I was a little kid as a pure fan. I will always remain dedicated to WWE. I truly love our company, our employees, our superstars and our fans, and I am grateful to all of our partners. Blah 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 blah, Steph. For me, this seemed coincidental that with this sale being rumoured to have been closed, that Stephanie, who held one of the most powerful positions for a woman in the company, would resign. It seemed quite coincidental, really. The rumour of a sale though has been going on for a while. Last year it was spoken of that perhaps Disney would be the ones to buy the company, which wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Disney like to have an absolute monopoly. Saudi Arabia though have been pushing to become the entertainment capital of the world. They're trying to do it with football, and they will undoubtedly try and do it with other sports. And that's because their money is worth so much right now. It's why they're making that ridiculous looking city, the one that's just a straight line, whatever it is. It just looks like crap, but they're trying to do it because they want to be more innovative, or look that way to draw attention away from the fact that they still treat women like crap. UK outlet The Sun published an article called "Convinced. WWE sensationally sold to Newcastle's Saudi Arabian owners, with Vince McMahon expected to return as head of creative." The Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund in October 2021 took over Newcastle Football Club from Mike Ashley in a deal worth £300 million. In recent years, other sports that have gone there would include, well, obviously Formula 1 and golf, but boxing as well. Anthony Joshua on 2 separate occasions has fought over there in a stadium specifically built for him to fight in. He lost the last one there though. It is rumoured that the PIF will be investing $5 billion into the WWE going forward. That's a lot of investment. Anyone else want Vince McMahon Sr. back yet? Hi everyone, Future Meg here. Just as I was rendering this video to upload it, the WWE corporate website put out a post. The board of directors unanimously elect Vince McMahon the executive chairman of the board. Vince said, "First, I'd like to express my full support for Stephanie's personal decision. I'll forever be grateful that she offered to step in during my absence, and I am proud of the job she did co-leading WWE. Stephanie has always been the ultimate ambassador for our company, and her decades of contributions have left an immeasurable impact on our brand. I'm proud to announce that Nick Khan will serve as WWE CEO. Nick's business acumen and mastery of the media industry have helped catapult our business to record revenue and profitability. Rub them lobes, everyone. Together we look forward to working with the board at this critical moment in time to review our strategic alternatives and maximize value for all WWE shareholders." Strategic alternatives is a buzz term that's been doing its rounds for a while. You would have heard it in this video multiple times. It's code for "we're selling out, bitches."